Our guest for this episode is the judgmental Ethelexia from the judgmental planet of Mertikewl.
In addition to being a full-time judge, she spends her time bartering with keychains and restraining the demon living inside her.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to learn why you don't want ever, and I mean ever, to go to the 7th layer.
Shut up and sit down.
We are back here at booth 42 here at Millyways. I am, of course, Horatio Zinn, and with me, as always, is my better half.
Trellis Gardeen. Of course I'm your better half. I'm always your better half.
It seems like for a moment you didn't realize you were my better half.
It took me a second. I know it, but I don't always remember it.
Well, remember, my friend. Also, remember here in the presence of our esteemed guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, our guest?
Hi, I am Ethelexia, and
Ethelexia.
yes, and I hail from Mertikewl. I'm certain that you're familiar.
Mertikewl.
Mertikewl, yeah. So very happy to be here. Hi.
Hello, it's lovely to have you.
What brings you to Millyways and our booth?
Yes.
The gift shop. You know, I like their select assortment of keychains, of course.
Oh, it is vast.
And then I like to try to pawn them off. So, you know.
Ooh, pawn them off for what?
Yes.
Is this a side business? Do you have a side hustle?
Yes.
Basically, if you've ever seen what, it kind of a show and tell type of thing where I'm going to show almost like presenting to a leader. I am worthy of this. And here is this, gift shop keychain. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So is it kind of a tribute to your leader?
Yes, you have to be in really good standing, which I currently am.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Kudos.
I'm trying to get to good standing. I still have levels to go. Currently, I am on level L.
Ooh. Of how many levels?
702.
Oh.
So, and I, as you can see, I have the orange neck brace on, which means that I have ways to go yet. So I'm really trying to
Do they keep stacking up the neck braces, or do they replace them? Because that seems like it would get awfully uncomfortable if you had 700 neck braces on you.
Well, as you can see, I already have a good 12. And as they stack, you do obviously elongate the thoracic advertisement. So I have a bad lower spine.
Now, I don't mean to throw some shade on all of this, but maybe your spine problems are directly related to your neck braces. If you were to find a less structured religion, your neck wouldn't hurt so much.
Trellis, of course, using your medical experience working in the plastic surgery industry. Too.
Yes, the working in the plastic surgery. I think we've seen a few of your planet's people come in, and it's not the. Well, there's a lot of space between those vertebrae, and a lot of them have to have it reduced once they get out.
I am going to say we are not the most attractive planet. I will say we are horrendous to look at. I mean,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh, yes.
I have been drinking, and I think it's lovely and wonderful.
Well, thank you for being so non-judgmental. We do come from a planet that is extremely judgmental on each other. The longer, obviously, your thoracic scrotum is, you are looked at as a beautiful specimen. The shorter, obviously, I only have 12, so I'm one that is looked literally down upon.
You're literally trying to grow into your beauty in a way.
Yes, I've heard horrible things.
No, I don't. I disagree.
They call me short.
I disagree as well.
No, they do. They call me short thoracic, which is, awful. They they'll shoot out slurvers at me, and
Oh,
Salurvers? They shoot salurvers?
Yes, and those are painful.
They sound painful. I don't know what they are, but they sound like they would cut to the quick.
Well, they directly, once you flex your arm stone, it just shoots right out, and it punctures you, and it hurts.
The word itself is hurting me. Every time it's said, I feel it. Well, I just want to say that I think that you are perfect the way you are.
Well, that's very kind. No one has ever told me that.
Well, you have not met me before.
Oh, shoot, I gotta come back here more often.
You would be more than welcome.
Horatio is excellent at raising people's self-esteem while at the same time dropping his.
Yes.
So think of it as, you can stand on him anytime you want.
Yes, I exchange my self-esteem, oftentimes I loan it out to others for their use, and then I just allow them to use me as a mat, a walking mat, something to walk upon.
Oh my gosh! Well, I am floored. I'm over myself. I don't know what to say in response to that because honestly, no one has ever been nice to me.
Oh my!
No one.
That's terrible. Here, stand on me. I want you to stand on me right now. Stand on me and feel important.
Well, I hope my 8 schloes aren't gonna get in your way. They can tickle their fur.
Oh my! Oh, that's very pleasant. Oh, yes.
I can see for miles.
Yes, and I am a flutter with tickling.
Well, space is infinite, and we have an excellent view from Booth 42 out into the vast reaches of the universe before it ends, of course.
Yes.
You can literally see into the gift shop from here.
Yes. Look at. Do you see anything you like from here?
Is anyone about to try and take one of the keychains that you had your eye on earlier?
Well, I don't know. There's someone there that looks to be a tit annoying, and they got their paws all over one of the keychains I was eyeing earlier.
Tell them. Reach out to them with your voice.
Hey!
Oh my, they're running away. They are running away from that.
Are you able to project your voice in a manner that causes pain?
Yes, that is one of our gifts.
Oh.
We really we just have two.
Let me let you get down for a moment. Let you get back into the booth.
God.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you all right now?
I'm fine.
That was
back
good.
actually cracked a little.
Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted you, but I just felt that you might be more comfortable.
You look a little bit looser. You look a little bit more mobile.
Well, yeah, it's not bad. I can kind of move a little and shake it a little.
Oh, look at you shake.
You might be able to keep that keychain for yourself.
I think you should.
Maybe I'll pick up 2. I have to see what I can barter for those keychains first. I got to see what I have on my person.
Well, I think that Trellis and I could possibly buy at least one keychain for you.
Oh my God.
Look, at least just as a gesture to help you in your standing back home.
Oh, thank you.
And
Yes,
Trellis will pay most of it.
Oh, wow. Well, there are 2 words on Mertikewl that obviously I'm certain that you're both possibly familiar, and ski is one which is a sound of delight, and ski is another that is a sound of pain. You can tell there's a massive difference in the way of both. So, ski, I am happy. Ski, I am in pain. And so, right now, I am ski.
So you're delightful.
Yes.
You're delighted. I'm sorry. You are delightful. But
I'm so glad that you were able to tell on that, Horatio. I had a little bit of my ears are not the best.
There's a massive difference. Listen, ski.
You don't hear that, Trellis?
Yes, it's
very obvious. It's very obvious to me.
For me, it's subtle, but I can tell there's a little bit of a difference there. But it is to my ears.
Could be your accent.
It could be, yeah. Are there different accents on the planet that might cause issues with understanding?
Absolutely. We have 17 different accents depending on where you are in the region. And I'll give you one. This is from the region of Vivasquan in just southeast of Mertikewl. Squee. And then if you go up to the northern region in Mertikewl, which is Leopard, it goes like, wee. So it's incredibly different. I'm like, go slower. You know what I mean? When I go slower.
Could you? I don't want to impose, but I love hearing you speak and the different accents. Could you give us an accent tour? Go across your world, just saying that word over and over in the different accents.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, yes, of course, it's certainly my pleasure in Mixvone, which is obviously on the eastern side next to the Mattress Mart.
Yes.
Which is actually not a mart for mattresses. It happens just to be what it's called. I don't care to explain the history of that because it's very dark times.
Oh, dark times.
Very dark times.
Oh, I want to hear about the dark times. That's
yeah, of course. Trellis wants to hear about the dark.
I want to hear about that. Sounds really, really juicy.
Starvation, famine.
Oh, that is dark.
And then just across the road, wealth and nourishment.
Oh.
So, and you couldn't get over unless, of course, you bartered. Now, I have lived there for several years.
The wealthy side or the poor side?
No, I'm in very bad standing.
Oh, the poor side then.
But anyway, so they have a very pronounced accent, which is
right.
If you go south about 11 or so charges, that is the place called Na, and they're very aggressive. They're an aggressive community.
Oh, yes, I can hear the aggression.
It put the hair on the back of my neck up.
I felt like I was pelted in the face by rocks.
It's angry.
Yes.
It's angry, an angry community. So I'm trying my best to get in some good standing so I can, move up and get into it. Because Mertikewl is beautiful.
Is it the foliage? Is it the architecture? Just the general?
Someone were to come to your planet, what would be some of the things the must-sees?
Oh, sure. The foam forest is really incredible. When you walk, and of course you have to watch your balance because some people have, of course, have a lot of neck braces. Some don't.
Little top heavy.
A little top heavy, but so and it's like a foamish kind of marshy, and so you sink, but you don't drown or suffocate, but you do have to constantly climb out and then take a step and then you sink again, climb. It can take a good 12 to 14 zones to get through that. But
there are some planets who use foam as a party catalyst. They'll fill the whole room with foam, and people can't even see each other. They just walk around until they randomly maybe run into somebody.
Well, that's sacrilegious. That's horrifying. That's absolutely blasphemous.
Oh.
The foam forest is a sacred ground. Anyone that desecrates anything will have to meet our leader.
Oh, and I assume the meeting will not go well for them.
It won't go well. I'll tell you what, you don't want to go to the 7th layer of the church. You don't want to.
You don't want to go to the 7th layer. No.
It seems to me like, and I don't know if this is how your leader may punish someone, but has anyone ever had their bracelets removed and then the whole support system for their neck has gone away, and that could just be disastrous, I would think.
Yes.
Well, that hits close to home.
Well, Trellis is skilled at finding a way to cut to the quick inside your emotional realm. So please continue.
One of my units did have, I want to say about 200 or so neck braces removed.
Ooh,
my!
They were high in the rankings.
Yeah.
Yes, they were until they did unspeakable acts in the foam forest. And so what happens is their neck falls over, and so they can only see themselves.
Yeah.
They no longer function to turn their thoracic. They don't have any function, so they have to work.
Oh, working.
They have to work to get those neck braces back.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking of work in general. It sounded terrible.
If Horatio has a trigger word, it's work.
No, stop it.
No, we don't work on our planet. We just judge, and we value people on the way they look. So, and on the barter system, if I have something that someone else wants, then it's fine. But no, there's no working. It's just judgment. It's just full of judgment.
Now, has your planet ever exported its judgment abilities? Has there ever been other planets in need of judgment, and you said, "Oh, we're here. We'll judge you. We have no problem with that."
Oh,
I will be very blunt because you know what? I don't have time to do anything else but do what I do best, and that honestly is judging.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go with your strengths. I believe that. That's why I sit here and eat and drink and take naps.
I've noticed you're missing your mouth a few times.
Yes.
He's not very coordinated.
No, but that just means there's more food that I happen to find later in my beard and my clothes.
There's a couple of things on it, who am I to say anything, but both of you could be a little bit more self-aware. Both of you could possibly, I don't know, throw on a jacket or two.
Well, here, what if I put this napkin? What if I tuck this napkin into my shirt?
Yes.
That looks good, right?
A bit of a cravat.
It's a fancy napkin. It's not a paper napkin, at least.
It just takes away from me looking at other things, so I guess it's fine for now.
Oh.
If it gets really bad, I can just put it over my face.
Well, what I'll do is I'll make a list of things that I feel like you could improve.
Oh, yes. Oh, no. That would be wonderful.
That's free of charge.
I will probably not make any effort to improve, but it's always fascinating to hear ways in which I could improve.
I have little doubt it's going to be a very long list, Horatio.
It usually is. It usually is.
I have already mentally made a very long list in my head just observing the two of you.
I was going to ask you to judge us, but it seems like it's just an automatic thing with you.
Yes, and yeah, I'm so sorry, I can't get through that accent. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The accent, is my accent a bit thick? Is that what you're saying? It's a bit thick?
Could be a word to describe it, I suppose, but who am I?
No, who are you to judge? No, you.
You're the judge.
Yes, who are you to judge?
You are absolutely the person to judge.
Well,
you're a judge.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I take that role very seriously.
I can tell.
Well, thank you very much.
Does it ever become a burden? With all that, if you mentioned you were judging us before you even sat down really and started talking and had the list already forming, does it ever become a burden?
Well, just in that I don't know if I have enough place in my Petulia Neverend to carry all this load of information, because immediately when I sat down and even walked by on my way to the gift shop, I started throwing a file in my head on, okay, the smell, the accents, the height.
Yes, or lack thereof.
I have not showered in a while, so I would imagine that if you had to throw out a top three for Horatio and I, what were those top three judgments? And if you want, you can leave it on a keychain when you go, so that way we're always reminded.
Well, sure.
Lovely, lovely memento.
First of all, it's the moving your food around with your fingers. It's there. I'm certain there is ware that you can use, but you just kind of take one piece of food off one's plate and puts it on the other, and then that whole thing continues to happen. You two have been doing that nonstop. And so, of course, that's the first thing I noticed.
Of course.
The second thing is, well, you just continuously, it's like you're knocking on wood, but it's your head. Like, I don't know if it's a twitch where you just keep knocking on your head every 2 seconds. I don't understand it. And I got to tell you, I am a nice judger, but it is a lot.
We are a lot to judge.
Well, there's just some little things that I don't even know if you two are aware of doing. For one, you keep asking them for a new menu just by the throw of your hands.
Yeah, it's a bit of a power play, I have to admit.
And rarely in our past has anyone ever responded to a request we've made. So, yeah, you're right. We may be abusing our power a little bit. As a diner, in the diner-server relationship, we're probably we're probably abusing it a little.
Yes.
Well, to each their own. To each their own. I am to each their own. Okay, I'm gonna try to bite my muscle tongue.
No. This is your natural way. We don't want you to be other than you are.
Well, it feels really nice just being able to be who I am because we are not a welcome community in many of the planets.
No, I can understand that. No offense.
Do you feel freer now that you're here and not maybe necessarily under the judgment of others? You get to be doing most of the judging?
Yes, I feel very comfortable in this setting. I actually feel like I have a little bit of status.
Yes, you do. It's someone sitting with us, encountering us, instantly has status in contrast to ourselves.
If I had a black robe and a gavel, I'd give it to you right now.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you obviously then have seen photographics of our leader.
Oh, yes, with the wig.
Yes, with the wig.
The wig, the robe. I noticed there are stripes on the sleeve of the garment. What is that? Is that status? Is that just decoration?
It lets you know of what allergies they have.
That makes sense.
Come again from a planet that is very sensitive.
Yes.
So we have to really be careful about what we bring into, the bartering court system. And so if they have our leader now has the three stripes, you really have to be very careful. So metal is not allowed. Foam is fine. Anything foam. Now these keychains, I know that they're cheap plastic, so that is going to be okay.
No, that makes sense. You would not want to bring a tribute that would make a great leader break out or perhaps
keel over and die. Has it ever crossed your mind, and I don't mean to stir the pot.
Oh, you love to stir the pot.
Well, I like moving food around plates, and I like to stir the pot.
Uh-huh.
But perhaps if you thought about maybe making a little bit of a play for leadership, giving people some items they're allergic to.
Crafty.
Boy, if you get in trouble for it, the seventh layer is not a place you want to go. And I have given it many, many thoughts. Obviously, when we are in our zone of judging, very powerful demonic thoughts come into our membranes. And you have to kind of breathe deeply and try to get those negative thoughts out of your head. But anything you can do to make, to judge and to make yourself feel more confident in what we have, I will do. And yes, that does come to thoughts of torturing.
Naturally.
Now, you said demonic thoughts. Is there an actual demon? Or is this demon in the seventh layer?
If you were to unzip my casing, you will see a little demon in there. We all have little things, and some of them are adorable, but I'm going to tell you they are nasty.
Oh.
So we have to continue to push them down. But every time we think about dislimbing or destructing some type of leader or a high status member, that baby demon does start to grow a little bit stronger. If that happens, all hell breaks loose on the planet. So we all try to keep our judgment to ourselves. I can feel mine growing right now. Because I've been judging you two nonstop in the head.
Yes.
It's hard to stop judging us.
I judge.
You wouldn't be the first person who has continuously judged.
Extremely difficult to stop judging you two.
We're pushing you to your limit.
So my baby demon is, of course, growing, and so I want to make sure I keep that little demon inside because, yes, we all have demons in us.
You have a literal demon.
Little demon. And the casing obviously protects that demon from getting out because, again, all hell will break loose.
So demons have gotten loose on your world before?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
is that before the casings were created? Or did they have casings and they got out?
There was a time, oh gosh, it was millions of light years ago. A demon came without a casing. It was just born without a casing.
What?
And all of a sudden, the confidence on our planet went down. No one was confident. It was complete judging. You look like this. You do that. You do this. You sound like that.
Oh.
So finally, we were able to open up the form floors, somehow get through those 7 layers and throw that little demon in there. So now that demon has been growing, and so if you happen to go down to that 7 layer, well,
good luck.
Yes.
Never since then any other demon gotten loose. Very close. You can see them peep out sometime. But then what we have to do is like, you're right. I do smell. You're right. My earlobe is too long.
Yes.
Right. So we got to make sure that their judgment is correct of me.
My nose hair is officious.
Yes, exactly.
It's an issue. It's an issue. I am aware of the issue. Trust me. But
that was probably one of the first things I noticed on Trellis was the officious nose hair.
See, well, maybe you have a baby demon in you too.
I like to think so. I like to think we all have a little bit of a baby demon inside us.
Do eat for 2, so I would not be surprised. Horatio.
Sometimes 3.
Maybe 3. Multiple demons.
Multiple demons. I have some very hungry demons inside me.
Do you have any sports on your planet? Do you judge for sport? Is it all judging? Does it ever be? Do you ever judge just
just for fun? Just for fun.
Yeah, for fun.
We do. At the moment that we can straddle, we are given a rating card system. So, for example, no one's ever given a 10. It's just not going to happen.
No.
We have the rating from 1, and we hold that up whenever somebody's kind of crossing in our path. We will hold up a rating system of them from afar. So if you were to actually come to Mertikewl, you will see a plethora of people just holding up, a rating system, a 7, which would be incredible, a 3, which is not good. You have work to do. So that is our biggest sport. And then we do go to the gladiation arena, which does, somebody stands there and the whole community will throw up their letters. We then will take the average of that. If they are lower than a 4, they will automatically be thrown into the 7th layer. So very competitive.
That is competitive.
That is pressure. If you were to have to throw up a sign right now for Horatio and I, what would you throw up?
I would have to give you guys a solid 2.
That's fantastic. I've never gotten a 2.
No, is that a shared 2 or is that individually?
That would be a 2 for each, so an average or median of 2.
We are each a 2. I thought that we were going to have to share the 2. I feel a lot better about myself.
Something I would discourage, Trellis and Horatio, would be for you to visit Mertikewl.
You would discourage us from visiting?
Yes.
We'd be automatically thrown into the 7th layer the second we stepped off.
Yes.
Oh.
From the information I've gathered, 100%.
Lack of bracelets, lack of good looks.
Well, not only the lack of bracelets, but the braces that you both have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah.
And from the sound of it, we might send the entire population into judgment overload. They just,
yes,
wouldn't be able to. There's just so many things about us to judge.
There are.
Would they have a bit of a judgment hangover afterwards?
Oh, yes. We sleep for a good 6 to 7 months afterwards.
It really takes it out of you?
Judging is hard work. Judging is all we do.
I could tell.
It's exhausting.
I can tell. I see these veins popping out in your forehead.
Oh, are those coming out?
Yes. I don't mean to judge. They're lovely. They're lovely veins pulsing in your forehead.
Oh, shoot.
Don't turn the tables now, Horatio. Okay?
It was completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Involuntary.
If I were to take this napkin and write a number on it, say 1, and held it up to you, how does that make you feel?
That I am not allowed to do anything to communicate, to be worthy of being in your presence.
Wait, hold on.
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
No, here. I've written one. It's a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10.
Get it a 0.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
So much. Also, you know what?
Woo! I didn't mean to.
You just saw. You just saw
just-
what can happen.
That was instantaneous.
That was amazing. I felt that.
There's a roller coaster of emotions on Mertikewl.
Horatio, that's a lot to recover from. I think we should make our entry.
I think you should apologize
before-
first.
I do A1. Yes, I absolutely apologize because I did not mean to take you down like that because clearly you are a 10 and we're barely 2s. We're barely 2.
I think that might have taken Trellis down to a 0.5.
I'm not going to lie, because right now all I'm doing is judging on how you've treated me, Trellis, and so I do have to take the point.
And I'm hoping to up my score by flattering you.
A well-deserved. You give my point to Horatio. It's a 3-1.
Horatio 3, Trellis 1.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm going to
win.
let me go open the guide here and then type in Mertikewl. And here's my idea for the entry, Horatio.
Yes. One more time.
Ethelexia?
Ethelexia.
Yes, it's very easy to pronounce.
Yes.
You know I've had problems with names in the past, Horatio.
Yes. He always has problem pronouncing names.
My thought for your planet's entry should be judge not, we'll do all the judging.
Oh. How about, can you add a codicil, you don't want to go to the 7th layer?
I'll put a little asterisk.
Yes.
Avoid 7th layer.
Yes, there we go. Yes. I know I would.
All right, that's all typed and enter. Submitted. This has been really, really a lot of fun. I got to be judged, which is actually fairly normal for me. Throw some judging back out there, but now I feel really bad about it. I really do. I didn't mean to take you down a peg, but I'm glad we were able to rebound it back up to a 10.
And that I was able to receive a higher score as a result.
Oh. Here is a coupon for the gift shop.
Yes.
So
actually, this is
it's buy one, get one free. So you can get a keychain and then another one for free.
Yes.
Thank you. I know people are going to look up to me. I know people are going to think I'm better. I know it. Thank you.
It's going to happen. It's the least Trellis could do.
Truly the least.
Truly the least. Yes. It has been delightful. I think you should think well of yourselves, regardless of what anyone else on your planet might say.
It's a very difficult planet to live on.
I can understand.
You only have 690 more bracelets to go until you're at the peak of your society. So don't give up.
You'll make it.
Don't give up.
I am visualizing your head far, 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 far above where it is now.
I will be able to look down on both of you.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Ethelexia. I have been Horatio Zinn.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardeen. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if your journey back in time jeopardizes your very existence, just remember to make sure your parents have that first dance. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Celeste Peckhouse as Ethelexia. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.